Howdy guys, Tig here from Broke Left Stick Games. We're doing an interview today with our own artist, Jaclyn Stuard. Jaclyn Stuard is a freelance artist who frequents the expos and the conventions. Has worked on some like little titles, but just as on like uncredited, I guess, as they kind of. This is on the side work.
I lend a hand a couple
Lend a
places.
hand.
Yeah, I lent a hand.
Don't need to lend a name sometimes, just lend a hand. Like Emilio Estevez in Mission Impossible 1.
I have been in a few game credits, but for QA.
That's right. Okay, she does some QA. That's pretty cool. Reason why we brought her on the show, A Moment in Gaming, obviously she does a lot of stuff for our gaming website, but as you can see, our walls are adorned with all of her artwork. We're huge fans, and what I always wonder when I talk to her is what motivates you as an artist. Where did you start and what got you going?
All right, well, crappy answer. I like drawing.
Okay.
But when I was younger, like 12 and under, all I draw is cats. I was hurtling towards Crazy Cat Lady, full speed ahead. 66 cats and let's go. So you don't want to do that.
88 and then you go back in time with the cats.
That's true. Flaming tails and everything.
It would be awesome.
But I drew nothing but cats until Lunar Silver Star Story presented itself to me and said, hey you, characters are awesome. Stop drawing cats.
You got Alex, you got Nash, you got Galleon. And the sad thing is, little side note, we did a previous take of this, failed miserably. I ended up saying Calamity Ganon pretty much from Breath of the Wild. I just played a lot of that, so I really feel bad because Lunar actually holds a very special spot in my heart. Is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. But
you know when you own the punching puppet of Galleon.
Yes.
That
yes.
You're a fan.
Hidden on the little.
I still haven't found Alex.
Little museum
I haven't
wall.
found Alex.
I wish it'd be so awesome.
No, then we could just do that here. Just have them fight.
This whole marionette kind of.
It'd be great. You wouldn't even need us here.
It'd be awesome. So cats.
So cats, yes, cats, and then I switched to people after playing Lunar, and it was when people there on out. Like I tell people at the conventions, I like drawing sexy ladies.
And we have one. I think we have like one sexy
lady,
and then some trees. This is earlier. This is just like
it is a sexy tree.
This is early college work. Somebody told her to draw some trees, and she's like, you know what? These are sexy.
They're like,
trees.
don't use colors that you'd actually use on a tree. So I'm like, blue.
So
seems good.
You put all this stuff down on canvas.
Yeah.
Who is the artist? Like I know for music, I go Stevie Ray Vaughan. For you, for art, who do you go to as somebody you idolize? I guess.
I really like the comic artist Michael Turner. He's done stuff like Soulfire, Aspen, all the good Top Cow, Witchblade, comic stuff. He passed a few years ago and total loss, but his new Wolverine covers are amazing.
Those are they like Tupac editions? Or are they coming
Kinda,
out
no,
later
I
on?
guess they got them from a sketchbook.
Okay.
And I want them so badly.
Just
even though they're like
12 years later, another Michael Turner comes out. It's like, you know what? This is the one he did.
Every time I sit there, I'm like, I gotta look some Michael Turner work up. I looked at the football player. I guess there's a football player named Michael Turner.
Football Michael.
And I'm like, no, I have less than zero interest in this. Show me freaking Soulfire. I want to see that now.
His art, beautiful name. Typically
kind of a run-of-the-mill name.
Like a Bob or a John.
I also enjoyed Greg Horn. I fell in love with his work whenever he was doing the White Queen Emma Frost series.
Okay.
And I've run into him a few times at conventions. I own all his art books. A total fangirl.
Now, is he kind of draw like in this kind of sense like the 90s series X-Men? Like that kind of... Does that...
No,
like that kinda...
I love 90s series X-Men. But no, it's a lot more... real than...
Oh, okay. A little more...
Yeah, you should look it up.
Lifelike. Okay.
Do yourself a favor. Go find you some Greg Horn.
Greg Horn.
He does a ton of Marvel stuff. He does a ton of everything, pretty much.
I love these guys' names. Greg Horn, Michael Turner.
I know, they sound really like...
Bob Speaker. I don't know. Just throw that out there.
Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle. I think there is I have Uncle Bob.
I also have an Uncle Bob.
Besides... It could be worse.
Everyone has something.
Yeah, right. So besides doing artwork, what are you currently working on? I know you do our work for the website and all our social media, but what's the current passion project?
Well, aside from Broke Left Stick, I'm working on a Kickstarter, doing just a coloring book for adults or really talented children. That is, it's all elves, and they're in 3 different time periods. The modern, so it's all cell phones, automobiles, PS4s. Then we're doing traditional fantasy, which is all swords, armors. I'm not sure if there's going to be dwarves. I've been asked if it's appropriate.
Dwarves? You get
Maybe.
the whole, like, throwing a Gimli there. You know, the
Gimli, yes. Yeah, maybe a Gimli.
maybe a Gimli.
Maybe a Gimli.
Maybe a Gimli. Um, what what would you categorize your art? What if somebody's like saying, oh, "I'm gonna look up Jaclyn Stuard." What am I looking up? What style of artwork am I going towards? What does this look like? I always just said people, but in what sense?
I think the best description is like a monstrous amalgamation of comic, anime, and realism just slammed together. I can't sit still artistically, so I will draw like super deformed chibis one day, and the next day I'm drawing like photoreal lady reflections in the mirror, like spending a lot of time and crazy reference. And
are these kind of like pop figured?
That's what the super deformed chibi kind of thing, with the giant head, little arms,
it's little beady eyes,
giant eyes that take up like 90% of the face. Just like mine. Yeah.
Obviously, this being a gaming show, we always like to ask game questions because people watching, like, what's art? Art, guys. First off, I want to say art got a lot to do with games. Not in the old days. You go through the '90s. I think Peter Moore said. He said that art is only about 20% of the production. 80% is all the crap that they have to build, and then the art only gets that. Nowadays, you look at games like Last Guardian, throw that out there. Even The Witcher, very beautiful, artistic and so forth like that. But what game besides those games? What game are you currently playing that's got your attention right now?
I am kind of in love with Stardew Valley. I'm a Harvest Moon fanatic. I love that. I like farming, apparently, and macking on people. Be like, you want some presents? You want some presents?
You just give the presents to them. Like I'm waiting on Stardew Valley. We don't do that. We do a review on Stardew Valley sometime in April because we did collector's edition coming out. Mm-hmm. But I got the Harvest Moon side. That's why I was excited about it. Now you're telling me I got to start being like a sugar daddy.
No. I mean, the Harvest Moon, they do have the whole sugar daddy thing. You make friends with the people in the neighborhood.
I literally just went to the woods and farmed and lived in a little shack.
That's a hard life. I was busy making jam and taking it to all the ladies and gents. Okay. Saying, do you like jam? Do you like jam? Somebody has to like jam. And
did it work?
Eventually, I find the jam.
Balance of averages.
Yes.
You've asked enough people
I'm
about
telling
the jam.
you, in Stardew Valley, I have these chili peppers. I just carry them in my pocket. And every time I meet somebody, I'm like, you want a chili pepper? And then they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? No, I don't. And then one guy's like, that's my favorite thing ever.
Really?
And I'm like, this guy.
I'm like stoked for this game. I want to play it. I hold off because I'm such a retail guy usually. I mean, now we're kind of forced. You're like some of the best games literally hidden in digital media. You can't get any other way. So this is one of the ones that I like want to run to. Maybe a favorite game. And speaking of favorite games, what is your favorite game?
My brain and my heart want to say Lunar.
Okay.
But I don't have patience for that anymore. I just usually play The Sims. I have gotten The Sims from the very first one all the way through. They've taken so much of my money.
Does this include cheating in Sims?
Listen.
Okay, because you just said you're paying money and then also you're cheating in the game, so you're just.
I'm paying money and then I'm spending it in game because I don't have any real money left after I bought all the expansions.
I remember playing Sims. I played. I was watching some other people play, and then I jumped in. And in the first day, it wasn't the first day. It was like the first 8 hours. I think it was an astronaut. And then I was done. And then I was like, everybody else was like, no, you're missing out on something. You typed this as a Rosebud.
It was Rosebud, then it was Kaching, then it was Motherlode. It's currently Motherlode, everyone.
There you go. Now
with the LODE. Okay? Not the, like, what you carry on your back where you're carrying a heavy load.
And this takes all of your time away. This is the game. If you had free time, this is where it goes.
Too much. I just got into the toddlers, and it's been the hardest moments of my life. I have a toddler.
Yeah.
These toddlers are harder to take care of than actual toddlers. It's miserable.
They're like toddlers that maybe need to have some services involved.
Something. So
they're like very high.
I'm just the one I have.
A Kardashian toddler.
Maybe. I just know I'm sitting there. Come on, child services, hook me up.
Child services.
I'm done.
Do they have that in the game?
They used to. I don't know if they do
Oh
anymore.
my god, do they have child services?
Yeah, they used to. If you like leave your baby on the floor and just like go to sleep and they cry for a while, they child services swoop in and be like, "You suck," and then they take the baby away.
I just see a whole series like on YouTube of somebody doing like child services of Sims and just like doing a whole story.
Just following it.
Yeah, it'd be totally awesome. What this obviously becoming a moment in gaming. So, if you have a favorite gaming moment, and there's a lot. I mean, like if I think about like mine, I go with "Hey Dragon Boy," Galleon, and you're like Dragon Boy, and I always love that moment. And there's also some huge ones, or like Fly the Co-op, which was a huge thing on GTA 4 where I had to fly around.
Yeah.
There's so many. What is the one that rings out to you at this moment?
I'm gonna probably give you two.
Okay.
So, one from Lunar is when you're in the tavern with the girl who can't sing worth a damn.
Mm-hmm.
And after she finishes, Nell says, "Oh my god, I think my ears are bleeding." That was my favorite moment.
It's a classic.
You don't get much harsher than that. And the second one was on the tip of my tongue. And it'll come back.
It'll come back.
I'll be in the middle of the rest of this interview and I'll be like, "That's it!"
Ooh, the great thing
right
is
now.
we just totally just cut back to it.
Yeah. No one will ever know.
And be at that moment. We can be at that moment. So we'll come back. It can even come back when we get back into the worst part. So like a bunch of game moments. I'm not gonna do all my worst ones because I have so many. It would kill people.
I remembered what it is.
What it is? Okay, here we go.
Playing Death Knight the first time World of Warcraft when you're riding in on the dragon.
Okay.
And you're just like, I'm gonna destroy absolutely everyone. This is the best day ever. It was pretty fantastic.
That's okay. I'm a huge.
So it's so epic. You're riding the bone dragon. It's just like, yeah.
You know how many times somebody can look at you and say, "I've spent a year of my life in a game," and one of my characters alone has 365 days, and I've walked away from that game, and I went to rehab, I did my time, and I was able to get away. But I now with Legion out, I just want to kind of like go back because it's supposed to be brand new.
They're magnetic, those games.
But the biggest drop point for me was when it went from vanilla to Burning Crusade. I was a warlord, and then I dropped to a nothing. I was a tiny little speck on the map. I'm walking around with my high warlord razors, and I'm just like, man, I got a grain. I got it in Burning Cathedral. Isn't that what it is, Burning Cathedral?
No.
Which one is that?
You're making all sorts of new names up. The Scarlet Cathedral.
That's Scarlet. I'm mixing the two again. It was that.
We're
one.
horrible.
You go up on the little red castle.
Go up in the little red. It's the one from the little red castle.
Little, it's a Dr. Seuss book called The Little Red Castle, and you have an orc, and
the big bad orc.
The big bad orc broke big black boars. Boars. It's a boar. It's a pig boar who's also a bar. It's a pig boar bar.
It's very boorish.
It's sold at IKEA. The big bull bar and the big bull bar.
Big bull bar.
I can't even say it now. It's hard to.
The dots are above the letters.
I mean, the last question I really want to ask, and then we're going to jump to our game that we're playing today, our unknown title. But what do you tell other artists, people that are interested in art, that want to do this professionally, want to get out into people on YouTube? What do you tell them?
Practice is big. Draw a lot, draw often, and definitely draw things you're not comfortable with. I'm working on that myself. Anything that's like steel or hard surface, I'm just like, I don't wanna, but I have to. Like some days I'll sit there and just draw swords, which is kind of crazy fun.
Like what do they call that? The iron. What is that? The Iron Blade or something? That show on.
The Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire.
We just watched that. That was amazing.
So good. So good. And then that one guy, he was like totally just cocky. He was just like, I got this.
He's like, I'm just gonna wrap my ponytail holder around.
He was awesome.
No, that is not how you make a. Did he win?
I don't. Won.
Are you shitting me?
He was gold. Like he knew he couldn't do anything where he brought that fist and that shield. I was like, this guy's awesome.
We're done. I don't even know.
At that.
How did he win?
I don't know. Everybody knows. Everybody knew what was going down. I really appreciate you hanging out, and you're going to hang out with us a little bit longer. We're going to do a little bit of fancy editing, and it's going to be pretty much us looking at a screen across the room, playing a game. We're pulling out from the shelves of the archives, because a lot of games don't get to see the light of day. And what I wanted to do a moment of gaming about was bringing people on to play a game that doesn't get a lot of limelight, doesn't get a lot of play.
So we're playing what?
We're
Some Horizon?
We're playing some Horizon. Yeah.
Maybe some like Call of Duty.
That's never going to see the light of
The
day.
Wildlands
Yeah,
one.
right?
No one sees those.
You're sorry, we're not going to do that.
We're not. I'm baiting you.
Today we're pulling from a classic from my childhood from the Nintendo, but it's a redone. So I used to call it Nobunga's Ambition. Now I call it Nobunaga's Ambition. So because I
lost that whole syllable.
I'm so sorry about that. I was once 8 years old. So today we're playing Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence on the PS4, and you're gonna see us pretty much be in this table, and we're gonna be on that screen. Jaclyn, thank you so much. Oh, we're doing it. For being on here and being part of our first one to branch out to people and let us see the gaming show.
No problem. I'm just sorry that this is your first one.
I know, right? It's
kind of like you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, that was the worst guest we've ever had.
And the funniest thing about it, it's like 1B because we did like the first probably 5 minutes of the interview as 1A, and then my capture card just went, and so we had to redo it, retool, come back. Technology, and then with that, guys, thank you so much. Obviously, you'll be seeing us play probably at the end of the show, but we'll clip this interview in, and we'll see you a little bit later. Thank you.